So I was at this restaurant and saw this adorable little baby, and you know me, hey, cute, hey, cutie baby, you know, all that stuff. Baby was not paying me any sort of attention. My baby was looking up at these paddle fans for the ceiling. No matter what I said, baby wouldn't look. Just his gaze didn't look at me even. Didn't turn to my direction at all. Not even a smidgen. And that's when I realized, whoa. A lot of people get in trouble because something is dangling in front of their face, trying to get their attention. And once the eyes get to that, they're distracted. Because once something gets, typically, well, one of the big ways how something gets our attention is what gets our eyes. That's why a lot of people are in trouble, sexually speaking. Come on. Can't keep their eyes off of anyone else but their partner, their spouse. And I said, whoa, didn't Jesus say you must be like a little child to enter? You try to I can learn from a baby? Whoa. There is a lot to learn from kids and babies. I got blessed by that baby. That baby taught me because that baby was fascinated. So fascinated by the fans that I was irrelevant. I was like I wasn't even there. That baby practiced the art of intense concentration. Just easily had that intense concentration. And to the point that other stimuli in the environment was ignored. If people would have a fascination for God, and for the things of God, for the things that God has his hand on, his favor on, we will get in so much less trouble, or none at all, in the realm of cheating, adultery, pornography. That's a prayer. That's a plea of the soul. Lord, help me to be fascinated with you. And whatever you endorse, I need greater fascination of you. You need greater fascination for your wife. Greater fascination for your husband. Greater fascination for purpose beyond pornography, beyond that dirtiness, that wickedness, demonic stuff. I need to focus on what's actually going to edify me. I need to be fascinated for what's going to actually build me up. Feed my spirit, not that fleshly carnal man. Come on. Ain't nobody getting better watching porn. Ain't nobody's getting better being adulterous and cheating. Nobody's edified and getting better watching that stuff. Mesmerized with all that. Oh, you need to take notes from a baby. Go to a dick. Go visit a daycare. Go visit your some of you probably got a little son or daughter right now, a little infant. 1-year-old, 2-year-old. That's even the prime time right there. Between 1 and 3, you could learn a whole lot. And it's sad as you get older, the way this world is now, the rebellious stage really begins to start. Typically it's like 2, 3 years old. But for infant to 1 year old, that's some keen studying time right there on a baby. All right. So, yeah. And even when they're a little older, like 7, 8 years old, of course, you got some selfish ways about them. Of course, rebellion and teen years. But like my little brothers, for example, they were 7, 8, 9 years old. They'll argue amongst each other. And the same day they're still in the same bed sleeping together. Adults, spouses, it's weeks. Could be right days or weeks before they're back in the same bed. Typically, it's like I think average weeks. Yeah. But yeah, go to visit a daycare or the park, and study a baby. But be careful. We don't want no one to think that you're a little pedophile there. Be careful how you do it. But thank God for an example. The example that many people would overlook. I can't learn from no baby. I can't learn from no kid. Oh, you sure can. You so can. Because Jesus knows what he's talking about. You must be like a little child to enter the kingdom of God. And people who are being adulterous, the Bible says that's a sin. It's a breach of the covenant. It's a breach of the law. Come on. So a baby can give me insight and clues on that, being fascinated by something, by something is going to give me the power, a boundary to take my gaze away from what's going to make a wreck of my life. While I say, whoa, that's amazing. That's incredible. I like what Hebrews 12 verse 2 says, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of God. Looking unto Jesus, keeping our eyes fixed on him. That will keep us away from trouble. That will keep us from making foolish decisions and get into regret territory. As we keep our eyes fixed on Jesus, He'll give us the power to keep our eyes, our focus on other things that's not going to build us up, that's not going to edify us, things that will have us drowning like Peter when he took his eyes off of Christ. Right. So the trajectory of your life, how successful you will be in any area of life, is correlated to what you allow yourself to focus the most upon. And people get in trouble in life, sexually speaking, because they allow their eyes to get distracted. And your eyes are right below your brain. You keep thinking about it, wandering off into all these imaginations, and many people tend to not take it to real life. They let their imagination continue to get strengthened and reinforced by what they're watching. Because they're fascinated with all the wrong things. That's pushed them greater into pornography, prostitution, adultery, focus on all the super sexual movies, super sexual music, super sexual conversation with their friends and peers, super sexual content on their phones. Everything is super sexual. He's focused and honing and looking. The brain's like, whoa, want it. Can't get enough of it. You refuse to fix your eyes more on this. You refuse to have your eyes fixed more on wholesome content. Come on. Yeah, and I did say music because music is not just is words for you. You don't see music if you hear it, but the words form words in your mind. And a lot of us were not leaving also the conversations that's reinforcing that sexual beast that's getting a lot of people in trouble, which it has for centuries. Because one of the hardest disciplines to cultivate, which most don't ever do it, is self-discipline. All right, y'all? The eye discipline. Sexual discipline. Only minority do that. That's why the minority end up doing very excellent things in this world. Because the minority are willing to do the work needed to be excellent and thrive and be great. Truly great. All right, y'all. God bless y'all. I love you.